Pioneer fans, Pioneer men's JV basketball is live and on the air. Live at the main gym here on the campus of Pioneer High School, where it is Pioneer versus Huron. The JV contest is coming up next. The freshman contest, Huron beat Pioneer by a score of 60-33. The JV is going to do their best to try and keep it closer and hopefully maybe pull out a win versus this vaunted Huron team. Then we'll have the varsity squads coming up after that, where we'll have Coach Mike Ahrens with us on color commentary. So we have about 11 minutes and 15 seconds counting down before the JV contest is live. I don't have a lot of stats on the JV team, including records, but we will play a few messages from the MHSAA, and we will be right back with this contest. You're watching Pioneer Men's JV Basketball, brought to you by Arbor Broadcasting.
Sportsmanship has never been more important between the lines in athletics and outside those lines in our communities. To listen, to respect, to understand, to practice common decency, to have competition without contentiousness. Sportsmanlike qualities are essential components of life itself. Let's all work together to not only be good sports, but good people. A message from the Michigan High School Athletic Association, promoting the value and values of educational athletics. Have we gotten to the point where at some high school game that an official has finally had enough from coaches, players, and adults, pulls off the whistle, and offers it to you? Let's hope not. There's no way you could do a better job. It's on everyone to promote good sportsmanship. So before you blurt something out about that next close call, consider this. Without the officials, nobody wins. A message from the Michigan High School Athletic Association, promoting the value and values of educational athletics.
Nearly 2,000 of the state's top student athletes will be recognized for excelling academically and in school activities through the MHSAA's Scholar Athlete Award, underwritten by Farm Bureau Insurance. The applicants will be in the running for a total of 32 $1,000 college scholarships. Application materials are available exclusively online through the MHSAA website. A message from the Michigan High School Athletic Association, promoting the value and values of educational athletics.
Health concerns in high school sports go beyond physical injuries. The mental well-being of our young people is a hotter topic than ever before. The Michigan High School Athletic Association website has resources to help adults and students recognize potential problems and deal with them in a positive way. You can learn more about these mental health resources on the Health and Safety page of the MHSAA website. A message from the MHSAA, promoting the value and values of educational athletics. Can you go anywhere and find an endeavor in society where we've come to accept and tolerate an adult, and even kids, treating another adult the way we allow spectators, coaches, and players to treat a high school game official? Can you? No one has the right to abuse game officials. So before you blurt something out about that next close call, consider this. Without the officials, nobody wins. A message from the Michigan High School Athletic Association, promoting the value and values of educational athletics.
Here are 5 more good reasons for multi-sport participation. Multi-sport athletes are more coachable. They have higher athletic ceilings. They become better talent in the long run. They have higher sports IQs. Their sports skills transfer, and they are better teammates. Multi-sport participation is cross-training for life. Learn more at the MHSAA website. A message from the Michigan High School Athletic Association, promoting the value and values of educational athletics. Here are 5 good reasons for high school multi-sport participation. Fewer overuse injuries, less opportunity for emotional burnout, exposure to different kids and coaches, exposure to different roles, and learning to compete better. Being a multi-sport participant can help a kid become a more well-rounded person. Multi-sport participation is cross-training for life. Learn more at the MHSAA website. A message from the Michigan High School Athletic Association promoting the value and values of educational athletics.
Where can you find good information on all kinds of topics related to the well-being of our student athletes? Check out the health and safety page of the MHSAA website. Learn about multi-sport participation, heat and hydration, cardiovascular resources, as well as insurance benefits available for our students. It's all on the health and safety page of MHSAA.com. A message from the Michigan High School Athletic Association promoting the value and values of educational athletics.
The love of the game draws us to sports, as players, coaches, spectators, and officials. For officials, it's a way to stay in the game they once played, to feel the thrill of putting on the uniform, stepping out of the playing surface, hustling to make the call, and building the relationships which can only be built in sports. If you still have that love for the game, we always need new officials. Register now at MHSAA.com. A message from the Michigan High School Athletic Association, promoting the value and values of educational athletics.
Team captains are meeting with the officials just across the way, right in front of the scorer's bench, as both teams are getting warmed up for the JV contest. It's Pioneer men's JV basketball taking on the Huron River Rats. And coming up following this game's tipping off just about 6 minutes from now. Following this will be the varsity contest between these two squads, right around 7 o'clock, depending on how things shake out. Could be just a little bit later, a little bit earlier, depending on the speed of this game. This game set to tip off just maybe about 3 minutes later than scheduled, right about 5:30. So we're pretty on schedule at this point in time, but you never know what could happen depending on how fast things go. Again, the freshman squad, it was Huron winning by 27 points, 60-33 in the freshman contest. So the JV squad will do their best to try and take down this vaunted Huron team. On the varsity side, Huron is undefeated. They are 8-0 on the season versus Pioneer, who is 4-5. So Pioneer will have their work to do at all three levels of this contest here today. As we have about 5 minutes left to go, we'll play a little bit of music and then we'll head back with your opening tip-off. You're watching Pioneer Men's Junior Varsity Basketball, brought to you by Arbor Broadcasting. both squads heading towards their coaching staffs get last-minute coaching instructions. As we will have tip-off in probably about 25 seconds. The officials over checking the scoring books for both squads, making sure everything is copacetic as we are getting ready to go. It is Pioneer men's JV basketball taking on the Huron River Rats here at the campus of Pioneer High School in the main gym. You still got time. Come on down. We'd love to see a whole bunch of purple-clad folks out here. Huron fans absolutely welcome as well, as it is going to be hopefully a fantastic couple of games. We're expecting a big crowd, but always love to have more here watching in person. And if you can't make it live, well, thank you very much for watching and sharing wherever you are at. Officials have things set for the opening tip. As Pioneer is going to be going from left to right here in the opening period. 8 minutes up on the clock as Williams in to take the face off. On the other side is Lee. As again, already a good crowd here as more folks filling in and filing in. As the officials give last-minute instructions, here we go as we're underway. And tipped over, Harrison trying to get it. That pulled down by Williams. Williams has it batted on the near sideline, and that out into the crowd. As getting into the way, Tyson McCoy. That inbounded over to Tinkham. Tinkham has it top of the key. Houston McCoy comes over to watch him. Grab moved over onto the near wing for Edwards. Edwards trying to get it underneath. That batted away by Lee. Lee firing it ahead. Tyson McCoy down to the court. And a whistle. That is going to be a foul. First foul on Tinkham. First foul of either team is Pioneer to inbound, baseline left is Powell. Gets it in. Harrison working his way around the arc. Gets it over on the far side to Powell. Now back to Tyson McCoy. Tyson McCoy over on the far sideline to Powell. Powell comes top of the key. Bounce pass trying to get it into Harrison. And pulled away. Here comes Huron the other direction as Edwards puts it up in a big block, but then put in. As I believe that was Tinkham who has his first points. 2-0. Huron with the lead. Tyson McCoy brings it down the far sideline for Pioneer. Quickly ahead to Lee, who puts it up. It rattles around the rim and down. Lee with his first points of the game, and it's 2-2 with 7 minutes left to go here in the first. Tinkham has it for Huron just over half court. Moves it over on the far side to Morning. Morning. Just on that far sideline, works his way into the paint, dishes it, trying to get it underneath the Williams, put up, and a whistle. As that is going to be the first foul on Pioneer. To the line, Williams in the act of shooting, so he'll get 2. Williams toes the line, dribbles the ball. Bends the knees, puts it up, puts it in. Williams with his first point, 3-2. Huron with the lead, trying to make it 4-2. Williams with one more coming. As he dribbles the ball, bends the knees, puts it up. And that off the rim, pulled down. Here comes Pioneer. Harrison the other direction. Harrison coming down on the far elbow, now on the far sideline. Flips it over to Tyson McCoy. There's a three-pointer for Powell, and it's good. Powell for 3. Pioneer with a 5-3 lead on Huron. Here comes Huron bringing it ahead. Over half court is Tinkham being watched by Powell, works his way over on the near wing into the near corner. That's a three-pointer. That goes just a little long, but Williams with the rebound. And pulled away. Here comes Pioneer the other direction. Ahead to Powell. Powell comes down into the paint and couldn't make the shot, but a whistle, as that's in the act of shooting. As that is going to be a foul on Edwards. And it's going to put Powell to the line. Powell with the three-pointer, trying to add to that, trying to make it a 7-3 lead. First shot is up and good for Powell, nothing but net. He has 4 points, trying to make it 5, 6-3. Pioneer with the lead, 6:07 left to go. Here in the first, second shot by Powell is up. Off the rim, falls off to the side, and that rebounded by Huron. Morning brings it ahead for the River Rats. Kicks that over to Wimberly. Wimberly over half court, picked up there by Harrison. Harrison tips the ball. Wimberly at the far elbow, trying to get it underneath. Houston McCoy trying to pull that away as that gets back to Tinkham. Tinkham on the near wing, dishes it underneath to Williams, up and in. Williams with 3 points. That is 6-5 now. Pioneer with the lead, 5:40 left to go. Harrison gets it over to Powell as full court pressure coming by Huron as Harrison has it on the near wing. Goes down to the baseline. Harrison fires it top of the key. Now over to Powell. Powell dishes it into the far corner for Houston McCoy coming down the baseline. That pulled away. Here comes Huron the other direction. Pioneer by 1 as that's fired up by Wimberly, who puts it up and in. Wimberly with his first points of the game. It's now 7-6. Huron with the lead. Now bringing it ahead and pulled away as here comes Huron up and that off the side of the rim as Wimberly's shot fell just off. Pioneer with the rebound. Harrison puts it over. Now Tyson McCoy kicks it back to the top of the key. Powell has it there, 7-6. Huron with the lead. Tyson McCoy with the three-pointer as that hit the far side of the rim, pulled out. Huron with the rebound. 4:42 left to go. Here in the first, driving is Edwards, and there's a foul. As that is going to be a foul on Pioneer. I believe that was Edwards, but I believe that was Harrison, but I'm not positive. Huron to inbound, baseline right. They have the 1 point lead, 4:39 left to go here in the first, 7-6. Huron with the lead, gets it over to Dinkum on the near wing, comes down the baseline, puts it up, and off the back of the rim, batted and out of bounds. That will be Pioneer ball. 4:33 left to go here in the first. Pioneer down by a point. 7-6, Huron with the lead. Tyson McCoy brings it ahead for Pioneer. Gets it over to Harrison on the near wing. Underneath, here comes Powell down the baseline. Powell, triple team, gets it back to Tyson McCoy. Now Houston McCoy from the far side of the baseline puts it in. Houston McCoy with his first points of the game. Pioneer back to a 1 point lead, 6-7. 4:11 left to go here in the first. As bringing it ahead for Huron is Wimberly. Wimberly on the near wing, cuts to the paint, puts it up with the right hand. That rebound pulled down by Huron, but it wouldn't go off the front of the rim. Pioneer the other direction. Tyson McCoy has it. Being watched over there by Wimberly. Tyson McCoy gets it back on the far sideline. Over to Harrison. Harrison moves it over to Powell on that far wing. Back over to Houston McCoy. Houston McCoy on the edge of the arc, hands it off to Powell. Powell for 3, and Powell hits it. That's 7 points for Powell. Pioneer 11 and Huron 7, 4 point lead for Pioneer. 3:29 left to go here in the first. Edwards brings it ahead for the River Rats over the half court line. Over to Morning. Now Morning sends it on the far sideline over to Tinkham. Tinkham for 3. That rims out as bad luck bounce, but a whistle. 3 shots coming up to Huron. 3 fouls on Pioneer, 2 on Huron. To the line, shooting 3 is Tinkham. He has an opportunity to get it back to a 1 point game. Tinkham dribbles, bends the knees, puts up the first shot, puts it in. Tinkham with 3 points, 2 more shots coming, trying to make it 5. It's now a 3 point lead for Pioneer. Tinkham again bends the knees, puts up the shot, puts it in. 4 points for Tinkham, trying to make it 5. 2 point game now. Tinkham can cut it to a 1 point game. Pioneer with the lead. Third shot is up, and that rims out to the near side, out of bounds. Pioneer's ball. 11-9, Pioneer with the lead. 3:15 left to go here in the first. Powell inbounds. Tyson McCoy bringing it up court. Dice McCoy gets it on the far sideline to Powell. Powell double teamed there. Powell looking for a place to go with it. Kicks it underneath Houston McCoy, who puts it up and in. Houston McCoy with 4 points, and it's 13 points for Pioneer, 9 for Huron, as Edwards brings it ahead for the River Rats over half court. Picked up there by Tyson McCoy. As dribbling to the left, Edwards bounce pass and stolen away by Harrison. Harrison down into the paint, puts it up with the left hand. Wouldn't go off the glass in the rim, but a whistle. Blocking foul. It's the third foul on Huron, 3 fouls on Pioneer, but that'll put Harrison to the line. Shooting 2. Trying to push the lead to make it up to a 6-point lead here. First shot is up and good. Harrison nothing but net for his first shot of the game, or his first point of the game. One more shot coming. Harrison gets the ball, toes the line, dribbles the ball. Bends the knees, puts it up, puts it in. Harrison with 2 points. Pioneer 15. Huron 9, 2:46 left to go, as it's going to be a foul on Houston McCoy as he raced in and collision. As Houston McCoy picks up his first foul. And inbounded by Morning. Here comes Huron, bringing it ahead is Edwards. Edwards comes over half court. Tyson McCoy picks him up there. Edwards dribbling through the legs now. Comes up onto the near wing. Edwards almost loses the dribble, heads into the paint, kicks it over on the far wing, over to Morning. Morning at the far elbow. Sends it over to Tinkham. Tinkham on the arc. Puts it over into the far wing for Edwards. As that's put up, Edwards hit that. And I believe, was that a 2 or a 3? And bringing it ahead as it is 2-pointer, 15-11. Pioneer with the lead. 2:09 left to go. Pioneer with the 4-point lead. Tyson McCoy for Pioneer in the backcourt. Being watched by Edwards, gets it ahead to Houston McCoy on the far wing. Hands it off to Powell on the far sideline. Powell over to Tyson McCoy at the blockades. Now on the near wing, Harrison gets it back to Tyson McCoy, calling out signals. Over on the far wing, Houston McCoy. Powell from the corner for 3. And off the side of the rim as Houston McCoy trying to get it to Lee. The ball loose. Tyson McCoy gets the loose rebound. Underneath, putting it up and in, Houston McCoy, as he now has 6 points, and it's 17-11. Pioneer with a 6-point lead with 1 minute 30 seconds left to go. Wimberly brings it over half court on that far sideline, picked up there by Harrison. Now Tyson McCoy grabs him, as right at the free throw line, racing in is Morning. Morning, that wouldn't go. Lee with a block, but a whistle. As that is going to be a foul on Lee. That is going to be his first foul. 5 fouls on Pioneer, 3 on Huron. That puts Harris to the line, as he'll be shooting 2. Harris toes the line, puts up the first shot, and off the back of the rim, falls away off to the front. One more shot coming for Harris. 2 more fouls for Pioneer, and that will put Huron in the single bonus. Substitutions coming in. Woods in for Huron. Next shot up by Harris. That off the rim, pulled down by Powell. Here comes Pioneer, up by 6, 1 minute 11 seconds left to go. Underneath, that put up, spinned off the side of the rim, pulled down. Huron the other direction as Tinkham has the ball. On the far wing, Tinkham comes into the paint, dishes it off into the near corner. 3-pointer up, and that just a little too strong for Wimberly. A rebound by Harris in the corner, and Houston McCoy grabs it for Pioneer. That's stolen away. Tinkham puts it up. Wouldn't go off the near side of the rim. Harrison pulls down the rebound. Here comes Pioneer with 44 seconds left in the 6-point lead. Moving over to Powell on the far sideline. Powell being watched over there by Wimberly. Powell makes his way to the free throw line. Over Harrison for 3. That off the back of the rim. Tipped by Tyson McCoy. Pulled down. Heading the other direction. Woods for Huron. gets it into the far corner. Now Wimberly underneath in the paint, poked away by Harrison. 20 seconds left to go in the first. 17-11. Here, Pioneer with the 6-point lead. Harrison has it just on the near sideline as Morning comes out to put pressure on him. Harrison trying to get into the paint, and a whistle and foul, as that is going to be on Wimberly. That is going to be the 4th foul on the River Rats, as Rink comes in for Pioneer. That gives Powell a breather. Tyson McCoy to inbound baseline left. As that ball skied over, picked up by picked up by Al-Kakani, forgive me. It's Al-Kakani in for Pioneer. That ball will be Huron ball, 3.1 seconds left to go before the end of the first. And rolling it over to Tinkham. Now Tinkham races ahead, puts up the three-pointer off the back of the rim. Would not go, and that will be the end of the first. Pioneers 17 and Huron 11. Let's play a little push on, and we will be right back with your second quarter action. 17-11, Pioneer with the lead at the end of one for the JV contest. And we'll have the varsity contest after this between the River Rats and the Pioneers right around 7 o'clock. Pioneer looks to take out the varsity squad's unblemished record, Huron undefeated thus far in the season in men's varsity basketball. As Pioneer to inbound right in front of us, Harrison. Inbound for Pioneer, 8 minutes up on the clock before halftime as Tinkham comes over. Try and guard the inbound pass. 17-11, Pioneer up by 6. And ball inbounded over to Powell. Powell over half court being watched by Wimberly. Powell, top of the key, now steps back. Wimberly with tight coverage. Now over to Houston McCoy on the far wing. Back to Powell. Powell gets a screen from Houston McCoy. Now gets it over to Harrison at the top of the key. Harrison fires it over on the far sideline to Tyson McCoy, trying to get it underneath. That tipped out, and that will be Pioneer ball. It's trying to feed it to Houston McCoy on the baseline. 5 fouls on Pioneer, 4 on Huron as the ball inbounded to Houston McCoy. Houston McCoy hands it off, trying to make his way in is Harrison. Ball wouldn't go as that's sent over. That is going to be Huron ball. 7:29 left to go here in the second period. 17-11, Pioneer with the lead. As bringing it over half court is Tinkham. Over on the far wing to Woods. Woods gets it over to Wimberly. Wimberly, top of the key, over to Harris. Now over on the near wing for Knudsen. There's a three-pointer, that off the glass to the near side, pulled down by Harrison. Harrison gets it back to Tyson McCoy. Here comes Pioneer, Tyson McCoy. Down to the free throw line, over to Harrison on the near wing. Harrison, tight coverage on him. Back over into the far corner for Al-Kakani. Now Tyson McCoy gets it to Powell on the near wing. Powell works his way inside of the arc, right to the paint. Now into the near corner. Harrison back to Powell on the near wing. Tyson McCoy just inside of half court, trying to make his way over. Tyson McCoy kicks it to Al-Kakani on the far sideline. Al-Kakani, top of the key, as that's Powell with it. Powell dribbles to his right, trying to get away from Wimberly. Now on the far wing is Harrison. Harrison is on the arc, gets it back over to Powell. 6:19 left to go here in the second. Harrison is on the far sideline. Harrison stutter steps now to the near elbow underneath to Powell. Powell puts it up as that hit off of the near side of the rim and wouldn't go. But a whistle and a foul. That is going to be the 5th foul on Huron. Morning looks to check in. That'll put Powell to the line as he'll be shooting 2. First shot by Powell is up, rattles off the front, the back of the rim and in. Powell with 8 points. Now Powell back. One more shot coming at the free throw line. Powell puts it up and rattles it home. Powell has 9 points, 19 for Pioneer, 11 for Huron. Quickly ahead to Woods. Woods over into the far corner and up off the glass. Just a little too strong for Newsom. And picked over. Now here comes Powell, top of the key. Powell trying to dribble to the free throw line, kicks it over. Tyson McCoy thought about 3, now puts it up. And off the side of the rim, pulled down as Morning comes the other direction for Huron. 5:40 left to go here in the second. 19-11, 8-point lead for Pioneer as Wimberley double teamed, tries to get it into the paint. That put up off the glass and in by Harris. Harris with his first points of the game. 19-13, Pioneer with the lead. Now over to Tyson McCoy into the near wing for Pioneer. Tyson McCoy, every coverage over there by Woods. Tyson McCoy gets it back from Harrison. It's Tyson McCoy just inside of half court. Tyson McCoy dishes it off to Houston McCoy on the near wing. Houston McCoy, and that is going to be a foul, as that foul is going to go on Knutson. His first foul, that is 6 on Huron, 5 on Pioneer. One more Huron foul puts Pioneer into the bonus. Tyson McCoy has it for Pioneer, puts it over onto the far sideline for Harrison. Now Powell gets over to Al Kakani on the near wing. Tyson McCoy back to Harrison, just off the top of the wing, gets a screen from Houston McCoy to the free throw line, trying to get in. Harrison, that went and off of the near side and the far side of the iron. Racing the other direction is Woods for Huron. Woods over on the near wing for Harris. Back over to Woods. Woods has Al Kakani watching him as it's a 6-point lead for Pioneer. Whistle. As looks like Al Kakani picks up his first foul. 6 fouls now on each of the teams. 4:33 left to go before halftime. 19-13. Pioneer with the lead as Woods inbounds it all the way into the backcourt for Wimberley. Wimberley bringing it ahead as Tyson McCoy picks him up on the near elbow. That moved over to Woods. Woods trying to get into the paint, off the glass, hold down on the near side. Now racing ahead with it is Tyson McCoy, gets it into the near corner for Al Kakani. That pulled away, stolen by Wimberley. Wimberley down for Huron, puts it up off glass, rattles it home. Wimberley with 4 points. It's a 4-point game. Pioneer 19, Huron 15, 4:03 left to go here in the second. Powell comes over half court. On the far sideline, watched by Wimberley. Powell gets it over to Harrison. Harrison works his way around the arc, comes top of the key. Tyson McCoy on the near wing. Over to Al Kakani, back to Tyson McCoy. Tyson McCoy flips it over to Harrison, who fought about 3 over on the far wing. Back, Tyson McCoy for 3. He hits it. Tyson McCoy with his first points of the game. He has 3, 22-15. Pioneer with a 7-point lead. 3:30 left to go here in the second. Racing ahead with it. That put up off glass and in by Wimberley driving the lane. 6 points by Wimberley, as it is now a 5-point game for Pioneer, 22-17. Powell over half court, 3:14 left to go. Powell for Pioneer into the far corner. Racing ahead is Harrison down the baseline, going up, and a foul. That is going to be the 7th foul on Huron. That will be, he'll shoot 2. He was in the act of shooting, but from here on out, it is going to be Pioneer in the bonus. Harrison to the line. He can extend it to a 7-point lead if he hits both free throws. First shot up for Harrison. Puts it in, nothing but net. Harrison has 3 points on 3 free throws. As McVicker comes in, as well as Rink, that gives Al Kakani and Houston McCoy a breather. One more shot coming here for Harrison. Harrison toes the line, bends the knees, puts it up, puts it in. Harrison, 4 points, all from the free throw line. Pioneer, 24, and Huron 17, 3:04 left to go here before halftime as Woods brings it ahead. Woods watched by Harrison. Woods on the far wing. Woods kicks it underneath. That put up, rolled off of the rim by Knudsen. Tyson McCoy for Pioneer. Over half court, Tyson McCoy gets it over Harrison coming down the baseline. Now he comes to the far elbow. Harrison puts it in. As Harrison now has 6 points. As it is up to a 9-point lead for Pioneer, 26-17, 2:28 left to go. Here before halftime, Tinkham has it, trying to drive the baseline. As there is going to be a whistle on Rink, and it's going to be his first foul. As that puts Huron in the bonus as well. Both squads with 7 fouls. So if not in the act of shooting, they'll be shooting 1 and 1 from the line. I believe this one was indeed in the act of shooting. So that'll give Tinkham 2 shots. Tinkham puts up the first shot. That off the front of the rim, pulled down. That was 1 and 1, obviously. Pulled back. Here comes Tyson McCoy over half court for Pioneer. Gets it over to Powell. Back to Tyson McCoy. He's about 5 feet off of the top of the key. Now over to Rink on the near wing. Back to Tyson McCoy on the blockades. Over on the far side to McVicker. McVicker back to Tyson McCoy. Being watched there by Edwards. Into the near corner for Rink. Rink picked up the dribble, trying to cut it. That pulled down. As racing the other direction is Edwards. Edwards puts it up off glass, rolls off the near side of the rim. Pulled down, trying to track it down is Tinkham. He saved it, but that ahead, Pioneer. Tyson McCoy puts it up and rolls it in with the finger roll. Tyson McCoy with 5 points. Pioneer 28. Huron 17. 11-point lead for Pioneer with 1 minute 35 seconds left to go before halftime. Kicked over to Tinkham in the far corner. Tinkham on that far wing has Rink watching him. Tinkham kicks it out into the far corner. 3-pointer off the back of the rim, pulled down, and that is going to be Pioneer ball. 1 minute 22 seconds left to go here in the second. 11-point lead for Pioneer, 28-17. Harrison gets a breather. That ball inbounded by Powell. Here comes Tyson McCoy trying to get it to Powell, and just off of his fingertips, out of bounds. Good idea, but just couldn't make it happen. 1 minute 16 seconds left to go before halftime. Huron bringing the ball ahead. Tinkham has it. Picked up by Rink just over half court. As right on the near wing, Tinkham comes top of the key, dishes it off, trying to get it over to Morning. That ball up, and that pulled down. Here comes Pioneer. Tyson McCoy over half court. Gets it over to Powell on the near wing. Powell for 3. That off the side of the rim, pulled down by Edwards. 53 seconds left to go before halftime. Pioneer by 11. As Tinkham has it in the far wing. That kick back over to Morning. But a whistle and a turnover that goes over to Pioneer. 45.4 seconds left to go before halftime. Powell inbounds the ball to Tyson McCoy, 28-17. Pioneer in the lead. Tyson McCoy for Pioneer. On the far wing, there goes Powell for 3, and he hits it. Powell with 12 points. Pioneer 31, Huron 17, 14-point lead for Pioneer. Racing in Woods, and that is going to be a foul. Tyson McCoy picks up his first foul, I believe. 26.3 seconds left to go before halftime. Huron looking to cut into the lead. Woods to the line. Trying to get it down to a 12-point lead by Pioneer before halftime. 26.3 seconds left to go here before half. Woods toes the line, puts it up, and that would not go. Al Kakani with the rebound. Here comes Pioneer over to Tyson McCoy, bringing it up the far sideline. Pioneer 31, Huron 17, 16 seconds left to go before halftime. Al Kakani into the near corner to Ring. Ring works his way around the arc, back to Al Kakani in the near corner. Al Kakani bounces it underneath, trying to get it over to McVicker. That out of bounds. Last touched by Edwards. As this is going to be an inbound for Pioneer with 3.8 seconds left to go. It's Tyson McCoy pops it up. Al Kakani gets it, trying to get it into the near corner. That is Powell and would not go, as that just went a little to the near side. And at halftime, Pioneer has the 31-17 lead, 14-point lead for Pioneer at the half. We're going to step away, play a few messages from the MHSAA. We'll be back with second half action, and then we'll have the varsity squad squaring off right around 7 o'clock. You're watching Pioneer Men's JV Basketball, brought to you by Arbor Broadcasting.
Sportsmanship has never been more important between the lines in athletics and outside those lines in our communities. To listen, to respect, to understand, to practice common decency, to have competition without contentiousness. Sportsmanlike qualities are essential components of life itself. Let's all work together to not only be good sports, but good people. A message from the Michigan High School Athletic Association, promoting the value and values of educational athletics. Have we gotten to the point where at some high school game that an official has finally had enough from coaches, players, and adults, pulls off the whistle, and offers it to you? Let's hope not. There's no way you could do a better job. It's on everyone to promote good sportsmanship. So before you blurt something out about that next close call, consider this. Without the officials, nobody wins. A message from the Michigan High School Athletic Association, promoting the value and values of educational athletics.
Nearly 2,000 of the state's top student athletes will be recognized for excelling academically and in school activities through the MHSAA's Scholar Athlete Award, underwritten by Farm Bureau Insurance. The applicants will be in the running for a total of 32 $1,000 college scholarships. Application materials are available exclusively online through the MHSAA website. A message from the Michigan High School Athletic Association, promoting the value and values of educational athletics.
Health concerns in high school sports go beyond physical injuries. The mental well-being of our young people is a hotter topic than ever before. The Michigan High School Athletic Association website has resources to help adults and students recognize potential problems and deal with them in a positive way. You can learn more about these mental health resources on the Health and Safety page of the MHSAA website. A message from the MHSAA, promoting the value and values of educational athletics. Can you go anywhere and find an endeavor in society where we've come to accept and tolerate an adult, and even kids, treating another adult the way we allow spectators, coaches, and players to treat a high school game official? Can you? No one has the right to abuse game officials. So before you blurt something out about that next close call, consider this. Without the officials, nobody wins. A message from the Michigan High School Athletic Association, promoting the value and values of educational athletics.
Here are 5 more good reasons for multi-sport participation. Multi-sport athletes are more coachable. They have higher athletic ceilings. They become better talent in the long run. They have higher sports IQs. Their sport skills transfer, and they are better teammates. Multi-sport participation is cross-training for life. Learn more at the MHSAA website. A message from the Michigan High School Athletic Association, promoting the value and values of educational athletics. Here are 5 good reasons for high school multi-sport participation. Fewer overuse injuries, less opportunity for emotional burnout, exposure to different kids and coaches, exposure to different roles, and learning to compete better. Being a multi-sport participant can help a kid become a more well-rounded person. Multi-sport participation is cross-training for life. Learn more at the MHSAA website. A message from the Michigan High School Athletic Association, promoting the value and values of educational athletics.
Where can you find good information on all kinds of topics related to the well-being of our student athletes? Check out the health and safety page of the MHSAA website. Learn about multi-sport participation, heat and hydration, cardiovascular resources, as well as insurance benefits available for our students. It's all on the health and safety page of MHSAA.com. A message from the Michigan High School Athletic Association promoting the value and values of educational athletics.
The love of the game draws us to sports as players, coaches, spectators, and officials. For officials, it's a way to stay in the game they once played, to feel the thrill of putting on the uniform, stepping out of the playing surface, hustling to make the call, and building the relationships which can only be built in sports. If you still have that love for the game, we always need new officials. Register now at MHSAA.com. A message from the Michigan High School Athletic Association, promoting the value and values of educational athletics.
We're at halftime where it is Pioneer 31 and Huron 17. Top point scorer, leading all scores, is Powell. Powell has 12 points for Pioneer, 6 points for Harrison, 6 points for Houston McCoy, 5 points for Tyson McCoy, and 2 points for Lee. On the other side, it's Wimberley leading Huron with 6 points, 4 points for Tinkham, 3 points for Williams, 2 points for Harris, and 2 points for Edwards. 32 seconds left as we're getting ready. Huron to inbound. Right in front of us as Edwards will inbound the ball. We're getting ready to go here in the third as we get the balls, all the practice balls off the court. As we will get the clock getting reset. Up to 8 minutes. As more and more folks continue to come on down. Looks like it's going to be a great crowd for the varsity contest. Ball inbounded over to Tinkham. Tinkham bringing it ahead for the River Rats. Tinkham has it on the block. He's being watched by Powell. Tinkham dribbles. Now kicks it on the near wing for Edwards. Edwards gets to the side of the paint, puts it up. That falls off the front of the rim. Powell gets the rebound. Now here comes Pioneer. Tyson McCoy over half court. He's picked up there by Tinkham. Tyson McCoy over on the near wing to Harrison. Now back over to Houston McCoy. Hands it off to Harrison on the near wing. Harrison double team there. Now kicks it over to Houston McCoy. Hands it back off to Harrison, top of the key. Over to Tyson McCoy just inside of the far sideline. Houston McCoy, top of the key. Watch there by Wimberley. Now Powell has it, top of the key. Picked up there by Morning into the near corner. As Harrison trying to make his way to the paint, kicks it underneath for Lee as that went off at the bottom of the basket, pulled down by Huron. Here comes the River Rats. Wimberley sends it ahead as a whistle underneath. Going to the basket was Morning. It's going to be the first foul of the half on Pioneer. And it's going to put Morning to the basket, shooting 2. 7 minutes up on the clock, 31-17. Pioneer with the lead. Morning able to get it down to a 12-point lead if he can hit both of these baskets. Morning bends the knees, puts up the first shot, that off the front of the rim, the glass, front of the rim again, and falls off. One more shot coming. Bending the knees, puts it up. That off the back of the rim this time. Pulled down by Harrison. And a whistle. As that is going to be a foul on Pioneer. As that is going to be the second foul on Pioneer Huron in this period. Huron to inbound, baseline left, Edwards. Inbound being watched by Tyson McCoy. Edwards, bounce pass on the far sideline for 3. That pulled down. That was Tinkham for 3. Now here comes Pioneer quickly ahead as Harrison has it into the paint. Puts it up off the bottom of the rim and pulled down by Tinkham. Tinkham for Huron. Gets it over to Wimberley. Wimberley drives the paint, trying to put it up. That off the side of the rim. Collision underneath. Foul called. As that is going to be a foul on Houston McCoy. 3 fouls on Pioneer, none on Huron. Here in the first minute, 32. And put up off the front of the rim, then rolls down. Wimberley has 7 points. Gets it down to a 13-point lead. Trying to get it down to a 12-point lead. One more shot coming for Wimberley. Ankakani comes in for Pioneer. Spinning the ball, bends the knees, puts it up. That rattles around out to the far side. Here comes Pioneer. Tyson McCoy brings it 31-18. Pioneer with the lead into the near corner. Powell puts up a 12-footer and pulled down by Houston McCoy over to Al Kakani in the far corner. Now, timeout call by Pioneer. Pioneer wants to talk it over. 6:24 left to go here in the third. Pioneer up by 13. They have 3 fouls, none for Huron so far. Let's play a little push on and come back. .24 left to go here in the third. Pioneer by 13 here in the JV contest, 31-18. 6:24 left to go here in the third. Pioneer to inbound the ball on the near sideline. Powell to inbound. Powell gets the ball, now gets it over to Tyson McCoy. Tyson McCoy just inside of half court. Being watched there by Morning. Tyson McCoy kicks over to Al Kakani on the far sideline. Al Kakani, double team, walks down into the near corner for Powell for a 3. That off of the rim wouldn't go. Out of bounds, Pioneer ball. 6:07 left to go here in the third. 13-point lead for Pioneer. Powell to inbound, baseline right. Just in front of the CTN camera, by the way, the varsity contest will be recorded by CTN. There's McVicker for a 3. Couldn't go down, but gets it over to McVicker. Now Houston McCoy on the paint. Battle for it. That pulled away. Here comes Huron. Racing the other direction is Wimberly. Wimberly gets to the far elbow. Now down into the paint. Puts it up. That off the rim. Pulled down by Powell. Powell has it on the baseline. Gets over to Tyson McCoy. Pioneer bringing it ahead. Tyson McCoy right at the top of the key. Over on the far wing for Powell. Powell picks up his dribble, now kicks it just on the near side of the paint to McVicker. All the way back out to Tyson McCoy. It's down the near sideline. Bounce pass over to Al Kakani. Al Kakani back over to Tyson McCoy on that far sideline as he's working against Morning. Tyson McCoy just inside of half court. Now comes in, kicks it into the far corner for Powell. Powell over to Al Kakani. Al Kakani over to the free throw line now on the near wing. Houston McCoy, that just misses the rim to the far side. Out of bounds. That will continue to be Pioneer ball. 5:09 left to go here in the third. Pioneer still with the 13-point lead, 31-18. Powell to inbound, baseline right underneath Pioneer's basket. Coming in is Harris as he will give Morning a breather for the River Rats. That ball inbounded to Lee. Lee kicks it over to Al Kakani on the far sideline. Al Kakani hands it off to Tyson McCoy. Tyson McCoy being watched over there by Edwards. Tyson McCoy, top of the key. Back over to Al Kakani. Al Kakani gets it over to Houston McCoy on the far wing. Houston McCoy hands it off to Tyson McCoy into the far corner. Back to Houston McCoy on the far wing. Passes it back to Powell. Powell on that far sideline being watched by Wimberly. Powell, and that's a reach-in foul as that is going to be on Wimberly. Wimberly picks up a foul. 3 fouls on Pioneer, 1 on the River Rats. 4:40 left to go here in the third. 31-18. Pioneer maintains the lead. Tyson McCoy to inbound just by his own bench on the far side. Skies it ahead to Powell just inside of half court. Being watched there by Wimberly. Powell hands it over to Tyson McCoy on the far wing, working against Edwards. Tyson McCoy to the far side of the paint. Dishes it off to Al Kakani on the far wing. Al Kakani over to Houston McCoy, just off of the top of the key. Handing it off to Tyson McCoy, being watched by Edwards. Now Houston McCoy to the near elbow, loses the dribble, over to Tyson McCoy for 3. That just falls short. Hold back, trying to keep it in was Lee. That is going to go over to the River Rats. 4 minutes, 11 seconds left to go here in the third. 31-18, Pioneer with the lead. Ball inbounded by Harris, now bringing it ahead. Here comes the River Rats as Wimberly gets it underneath over to Williams. Williams puts it up and in. 5 points for Williams. It's now an 11-point game, 31-20 for Pioneer. Full court pressure by the River Rats, and here comes Wimberly as Wimberly steals it, puts it in. Wimberly now with 9 points to lead all Huron scorers. down to a 9-point lead, 31-22. Full court pressure by the River Rats. Over to Al Kakani on the far sideline, as that is a foul. And that'll be a foul on Huron as Edwards picks up the foul. 3 fouls on Pioneer, 2 on Huron. As Powell to inbound, baseline on the far sideline. Back to Tyson McCoy, and full court pressure by Edwards. Gets it over to Harrison. Harrison comes on the near wing. Harrison works his way into the paint. Bounce pass underneath and into Lee. Lee with 4 points. Pioneer kicks it back out to an 11-point lead. 33-22. 3:20 left to go in the third. Tinkham onto the near side of the paint. That ball pulled down by Tyson McCoy for Pioneer. Over to Harrison. Harrison brings it over half court. Harrison over to Lee on the near side of the paint. Lee puts up a left hook. Wouldn't go. Rolled off the rim to the far side. Hold down by Wimberly. Coming ahead with it is Huron. Wimberly on the far sideline working against Powell. Comes down the baseline. Puts up a reverse layup. Wouldn't go. Hit the far side of the rim. The near side of the rim, but he stepped out on the baseline. Pioneer ball, 2:55 left to go here in the third. 33-22, Pioneer with the lead. 3 fouls on Pioneer, 2 fouls on Huron. Powell brings it ahead. Full court pressure continuing by the River Rats. Harrison double team. Gets it ahead to Al Kakani on the near wing. Al Kakani over to Tyson McCoy on the far wing. Tyson McCoy to Powell for 3. Powell hits it. 15 points for Powell, 36-22, Pioneer with the 14-point lead. 2:33 left to go here in the third. Wimberly brings it ahead for Huron over half court. Wimberly picked up there by Harrison, gets a screen from Williams. Wimberly now dribbles to the free throw line. Wimberly kicks it back over to Edwards. Edwards at loose, fired ahead. Tyson McCoy puts it up. Finger roll off with the right hand and puts it in. 7 points for Tyson McCoy, 38-22. Pioneer with the lead. Huron got it down to a 9-point lead. Then Pioneer raced back. Big three-pointer, couple turnovers, and Pioneer has the 16-point lead with 2:08 left to go. Let's take a quick message from the MHSAA.
Where can you find good information on all kinds of topics related to the well-being of our student athletes? Check out the health and safety page of the MHSAA website. Learn about multi-sport participation, heat and hydration, cardiovascular resources, as well as insurance benefits available for our students. It's all on the health and safety page of MHSAA.com. A message from the Michigan High School Athletic Association, promoting the value and values of educational athletics.
2 minutes, 8 seconds left to go here in the third. 38-22, Pioneer with the lead. The freshman contest was won by Huron, 60-33. The varsity contest will be after this. Game time scheduled for 7 o'clock, but it might be just a bit later, depending on how quick this third and fourth quarter go. As the official with the ball on the near sideline, that'll be inbounded by Morning for the River Rats. Pioneer in their home whites, River Rats in their road green jerseys. As Morning inbounds it, that grab by Woods. Woods over half court, picked up there by Powell. Woods brings it top of the key. Woods fires it over on the far side to Kawan. Trying to get it underneath. That kicked all the way back out into the near corner for 3. That rattles home by Wimberly, as Wimberly has 12 points. As full court pressure, Harrison gets it over to Powell. Powell bringing it in for Pioneer. 1 minute, 42 seconds left to go. 13-point lead by Pioneer. Harrison trying to make his way forward. There's a foul. That's going to be on Woods. Woods picks up a foul. 3 fouls on Pioneer. 3 fouls on Huron. 1 minute, 37 seconds left to go here in the third. Powell inbounds it. Tyson McCoy in the backcourt, gets over half court, being watched by Kawan into the near corner. Houston McCoy over to Harrison on the near wing. Harrison gets a screen from Houston McCoy, comes down the baseline, and that is going to be a foul. Pioneer with the ball, baseline right, Powell to inbound. 1 minute, 23 seconds left to go here in the third. 13-point lead for Pioneer. Gets it underneath. Tyson McCoy up off the glass and in. 9 points for Tyson McCoy. Back to a 15-point lead for Pioneer. 1:15 left to go as Wimberley has it for Huron on the far sideline. Powell watching him. That kicked into the far corner. Half for Quam. Back over to Wimberley. About 5 feet inside of half court. Wimberley over to Woods on the near wing, gets it underneath the Morning, trying to put it up and in. Whistle, and that'll be Pioneer ball as Lee with good defense in the low paint. 56 seconds left to go here in the third. 40-25, Pioneer with the lead. Quickly ahead to Lee in the paint, and a traveling called. That ball will go to Huron. 52.2 seconds left to go as coming in is Knudsen. Knudsen to inbound baseline right. Bringing it ahead is Woods. Woods has it over half court, being watched there by Powell. As Woods on the far sideline gets it back over to Tinkham. Tinkham at the top of the key. That batted away. Here comes Tyson McCoy. Tyson McCoy into the paint. Puts it up with the right hand and in. Tyson McCoy has 11 points. And it is Pioneer 42, Huron 25. Bringing it ahead is Woods. Woods watched by Powell for Huron. That tipped away. Diving for it. And it's a good job to grab it by Knudsen. As they'll give folks up, and Tyson McCoy in some pain as he is rolling on the court. We hope he's all right. Now he pops up, slow to get up. We hope he's all right. You don't want to see any of these young folk injured. 21.1 seconds left to go. Here in the third, Tyson McCoy gets a breather. Powell inbound on the far sideline, right in front of the scorer's bench. (42-25), Pioneer with the lead. That ball skied over, trying to get it pulled down. Jump ball as Houston McCoy got it, but grabbed by Knudsen as well as Woods. Jump ball. Arrow pointing Pioneer's way. Powell will inbound baseline right. 18.9 seconds left to go. Here in the third. That ball inbounded. Houston McCoy gets it over to Al Kakani on the far wing. Al Kakani back over to Tyson McCoy. Over to Al Kakani on the far wing. Al Kakani just inside of half court, gets the ball as it was tipped away. Now top of the key, over to Powell. Powell comes to the top of the key for three. That off the near sideline, as that'll be the end of the third, as it's 42-25. Pioneer with a 17-point lead here going into the fourth quarter. Let's play a few messages from the MHSAA.
Sportsmanship has never been more important between the lines in athletics and outside those lines in our communities. To listen, to respect, to understand, to practice common decency, to have competition without contentiousness. Sportsmanlike qualities are essential components of life itself. Let's all work together to not only be good sports, but good people. A message from the Michigan High School Athletic Association, promoting the value and values of educational athletics. Have we gotten to the point where at some high school game that an official has finally had enough from coaches, players, and adults, pulls off the whistle, and offers it to you? Let's hope not. There's no way you could do a better job. It's on everyone to promote good sportsmanship. So before you blurt something out about that next close call, consider this. Without the officials, nobody wins. A message from the Michigan High School Athletic Association, promoting the value and values of educational athletics.
8 minutes up on the clock, heading into the fourth. Huron ball as they will inbound on the near sideline. Knudsen to inbound. 42-25. Pioneer with a 17-point lead. as that was over to Edwards. Edwards moves it over on the far side into the far corner for Woods. Woods for three. That off of the rim. Hold down. Here comes Tyson McCoy over half court. Tyson McCoy hands it off to Harrison. Harrison dribbles to his left, working against Quan. Now on the far wing, Harrison over to Powell on the far sideline. Powell gets that over to Tyson McCoy. Here's McCoy, bounce pass over to Harrison on the near wing. Thought about it, coming down the baseline, picked up his dribble underneath the Lee. Lee puts it up, rattles around and home. Lee has 6 points, 7:23 left to go here in the fourth. 44-25, Pioneer with the 19-point lead. Hold underneath, that fired into the far corner for Wimberly for three. That off the back of the rim, pulls it down. Lee for Pioneer, sends it ahead to Tyson McCoy. Tyson McCoy on the far elbow, fires it over to Harrison. Harrison just on the near side of the paint. Fires it back top of the key to Tyson McCoy. Over to Powell on the far sideline. Harrison now about 5 feet off of the top of the key, being watched there by Knudsen. Just inside of half court. Harrison dribbles to his left, gets to the free throw line, into the paint, picked up his dribble, that tipped away, travel called. 6:45 left to go. Here in this, the fourth, 44-25, Pioneer with the lead. As Morning to inbound, baseline right, gets that over to Edwards. Edwards bringing ahead for the River Rats. 6:40 left to go. Gets it over to Woods just inside of half court. Watched by Harrison. Woods just off the top of the key. Over on the far side to Edwards. Edwards. Bounce pass into the far corner. Williams for three. That one just goes a little long. Houston McCoy gets it over to Tyson McCoy for Pioneer. Bringing it ahead. Over on the near sideline. That over to Houston McCoy into the paint. Blocked underneath as Williams got a hand on it. Out of bounds, last touch by Pioneer. That will be Huron ball. 6:18 left to go here in the fourth, 44-25. Pioneer with the lead. Here comes Edwards for Huron, just over half court. Dishes it underneath, over to Morning, into the near corner. Wimberly gets it back. Now there's a shot for Edwards for three. Edwards puts in the three-pointer. That will be 5 points for him. 44-28, Pioneer with the 16-point lead. Right at half court, Powell trying to get it back, diving on the floor. That tipped up and a whistle, as that is going to be Huron's timeout. Huron with the ball, 5:49 left to go. 44-28, Pioneer with the lead, but Huron trying to claw back. Let's play a little push on, and we'll be right back for the last 5 minutes and 49 seconds. Left to go here in the fourth, bringing it over. Edwards has it into the near corner for Wimberly. Back to Edwards, top of the key. Edwards puts it up off of the back of the rim. Williams trying to pull it down, out of bounds, as that is going to be Huron ball. Woods to inbound, baseline left. Woods gets it right to Morning, who puts it up and in. Morning with his first points of the game. 5 minutes, 30 seconds left to go here in the fourth. 44-30, as it is a 14-point lead, as battle for it, trying to get it to Lee. Down hard on the paint was Edwards. Four fouls on Pioneer, 4 fouls on Huron. Huron to inbound on the near sideline. 14-point lead for Pioneer with 5:26 left to go here in the fourth. Morning to inbound, gets that over to Edwards. Edwards brings it over half court. Powell picks him up from there. Over to Woods on the far sideline. Woods trying to kick it underneath. Powell got his hands on it, goes out of bounds. That'll stay River Rat ball. 5:17 left to go here in the fourth. Woods to inbound, gets it underneath. That shot off the rim, Morning at it. Now Lee trying to knock it away, picked up by Williams. Williams kicks it all the way back, racing in. That put up high off the glass. Would not go for Harris, but a whistle. 5:06 left to go here in the fourth. That's going to be the 5th foul on Pioneer. 2 more will put Huron into the bonus. 3 more on Huron will put Pioneer to the bonus. Edwards to the line. Shooting 2. Edwards toes the line. Edwards puts up the first shot. That nothing but net. Edwards with 6 points, trying to make it 7 points. He can get it down to a 12-point lead for Pioneer. Lee and McVicker come out to get a breather. Al Kakani in there with Tyson McCoy, Harrison, and Powell. That second one up and good by Edwards. He has 7 points. Also Houston McCoy in there for Pioneer. Powell for Pioneer kicks it back to Tyson McCoy. Huron continues the full court pressure. Back over. That's going to be over and back, as Harrison was on the other side of half court that passed it back into the backfield. So that's going to be over and back. Huron with the ball. They will inbound it right in front of the scorer's bench. Woods to inbound, 12-point lead with just under 5 minutes left to go as Edwards takes it over half court. Powell watching him, gets it over to Morning into the near corner. Wimberly gets it back as that knocked away. Here comes Pioneer. Bringing ahead is Harrison. Harrison kicks it over to Al Kakani into the near corner for Tyson McCoy. Now over, Powell has it on the far sideline. Powell being watched there by Woods. Over to Tyson McCoy, top of the key. On the near wing for Harrison. Harrison trying to work his way around the arc, comes down the baseline. Harrison over into the far corner for Al Kakani. That one went off a foot, coming the other direction. Here comes Wimberly. Bounce pass underneath. That put up and in by Woods, as it is now a 10-point lead for Pioneer, 44-34. 4:10 left to go. Here in the fourth, Harrison has it, bringing it ahead. Harrison over to Al Kakani over half court. As there's a foul, Woods going to pick up his foul. That is going to be the 5th foul on Huron. Pioneer to inbound on the near sideline. As Powell to inbound, Lee substitutes coming in. He'll replace Al Kakani. 4:03 left to go here in the fourth, 44-34. And ball inbounded to Tyson McCoy, triple team now. Comes back, looking for a place to go, feeds it over to Lee on the far wing. Lee down on the baseline, back to Tyson McCoy. Over on the near wing, Powell for a 3, and he hits it. Powell with another three-pointer with 18 points, and that makes it back to a 13-point lead for Pioneer. 3:41 left to go here in the fourth. As Huron has it, coming ahead is Edwards, trying to get it underneath. That is going to stay Huron ball. 3 minutes, 35 seconds left to go. Good crowd here for a junior varsity game. People filing in for the varsity game right afterwards. Passionate crowd on both sides as Woods to inbound, baseline left. Coming down the baseline, that kick back over to Woods on the far sideline. Woods trying to make his way down, watched by Houston McCoy, gets it back over to Tinkham. Tinkham works his way back over. Coming down on the far side, Wimberly has that knocked away. Here comes Pioneer. Harrison with it, 3:14 left to go. Here in the fourth, Harrison kicks it over to Tyson McCoy into the near corner. Powell for 3. That one just goes long. Houston McCoy in the far corner. Tyson McCoy underneath the Lee, as Lee is grabbed. Open for a tie-up as he was triple teamed, but a foul. That is going to go on Woods. That is going to be the 6th foul on Huron. Pioneer inbounds, baseline left. Powell gets it all the way. Stolen away. Here comes Woods for Huron. Woods gets down to the paint, puts it up off glass. Wouldn't go. Grab, put back up and in by Tinkham. Tinkham has 6 points. Timeout called. 2:53 left to go here in the fourth. It's an 11-point lead for Pioneer, 47-36. We'll play a little push on and be right back with the remaining 3 minutes here in the fourth. Two minutes 53 seconds left to go here in the fourth. 47-36. Pioneer with the 11-point lead. Huron continuing to battle. They won't give up. They're trying to come back. Pioneer trying to get the win. Again, the freshman team, Huron won 60-33. Pioneer trying to get the JV game, and then you have the rubber match between the varsity squads. And Huron undefeated on the varsity side. Pioneer is going to try and cut into that. Huron to inbound, or who's going to inbound? Pioneer's going to inbound. Houston McCoy gets it into Tyson McCoy. Full court pressure coming ahead. Here comes Harrison as he gets that over to Houston McCoy. Ahead to Powell. Powell into the paint. That pulled away by Woods the other direction. Woods for Huron. Gets it into the paint. Puts it up with the right hand. That rolls off the side of the rim as that's going to be a charge and will go against Huron. That will be the 7th foul for Huron. 2:40 left to go here in the fourth. That ball inbounded as there was a whistle or a buzzer that went off. So they will re-inbound it on the far sideline. The officials talking things over. That was on Woods. 2:40 left to go. Pioneer by 11 points. 5 fouls on Pioneer, 7 on the River Rats. Bringing it ahead is Edwards. Edwards kicks it over to Tyson McCoy. Tyson McCoy launches it, trying to get it over to Harrison. That knocked down. Houston McCoy trying to get it. Williams up the other way. And that is going to be a travel on Huron. Pioneer gets the ball. 2 minutes, 31 seconds left to go here in the fourth. Right in front of us, Powell to inbound. As we will be back with the varsity game right after this. Coach Mike Ahrens with us on color commentary. That kicked into the near corner. Powell thought about it. Powell sends it back, top of the key, over to Tyson McCoy. Over on the far sideline, Houston McCoy back to Tyson McCoy. Heavy pressure by Huron. Powell into the near corner, double team. Gets it over to Lee. Lee triple teamed. And a whistle. That's going to be a foul. That'll go on Woods. That will put Lee to the line, shooting 1 and 1. Huge free throws here for Lee with 2:14 left to go. First free throw for Lee as he bends the knee, spins the ball, puts it up. And off the back of the rim, trying to pull it down. Harrison with it. Pioneer gets possession as that tipped away. Here comes Wimberly the other direction for Huron. Wimberly trying to dish it underneath. Williams puts it up, rolls it around and down. Williams with 7 points. It is now a 9-point game for Pioneer with under 2 minutes left to go. Powell kicks it into the paint as that Lee trying to get to a battle for it is Wimberly trying to dive in the way. That is going to go out of bounds over to Pioneer with 1 minute 49 seconds left to go. 47-38. Tyson McCoy gets it and into the backcourt, picked up by Tinkham into the near corner. Battle for it. Pioneer ball. Pioneer to inbound on the far baseline left. Tyson McCoy gets it over to Powell. Powell bringing it down the far sideline as he's triple teamed there. Kicks it over to Harrison on the near wing. Ahead to Houston McCoy, 1:35 left to go. Powell has it on the far sideline. Powell into the far corner. Back over to Tyson McCoy. Tyson McCoy over onto the far elbow. In to Harrison into the paint, puts it up. That rolls off of the rim. Powell with the rebound. 1 minute, 19 seconds left to go. Tyson McCoy, top of the key. Coming down with it is Houston McCoy. Out of bounds, as they'll say Houston McCoy last touched it. That will be Huron ball with 1 minute, 14 seconds left to go. 9-point lead for Pioneer. Wimberly brings it ahead for Huron down the near sideline over half court. Wimberly comes to the top of the key. Wimberly being watched there by Harrison. Wimberly gets his screen. Now picks up his dribble into the near corner. Tinkham with the three-pointer. Tyson McCoy with the rebound for Pioneer. 57 seconds left to go. Tyson McCoy skies it over to Powell. Underneath, Powell puts up a finger roll. That is going to be a foul with 51.8 seconds left to go. Williams picks up the foul. That is going to be in the act of shooting, so shooting two will be Powell, trying to get it back to an 11-point lead. Powell with the team lead and game high of 18 points. He has been a three-point machine. As Powell puts it up and in, he now has 19 points, as he has 5 three-pointers this game. Powell makes a 10-point lead, trying to get it back to an 11-point lead with 51.8 seconds left to go. Next shot coming up, as that up by Powell, off the rim, pulled down by Woods to the near side. 50 seconds left to go, 10-point game. Huron has it in the near corner. Wimberly with the shot. That goes off of the side of the rim, but a whistle. And that is going to be Huron shooting three. They can get it down to a 7-point lead with 45 seconds left to go if they're able to hit all three of these free throws. That's Wimberly to the line. Wimberly has 12 points, leading all Huron scores. 9 fouls on Huron. One more puts Pioneer into the double bonus. 8 fouls on Pioneer. Shot is up off the back of the rim, falls away. 2 more shots coming for Wimberly. As they're telling the varsity squad to not dribble. That's because it could cause some confusion. Friday night high school basketball, gotta love it. Next shot is up and good for Wimberly. Wimberly now has 13 points, trying to make it 14. It is back to a 9-point lead by Pioneer with 45 seconds left to go. Next shot by Wimberly is up off the back of the rim. That knockdown, trying to get it. Harrison had it as he was fouled from behind. That is going to be the 10th foul, double bonus for Pioneer. So Harrison shooting 2. 43.3 seconds left to go. Again, big free throws here as they come late in the game. Varsity game scheduled to start at 7 o'clock, but it'll probably be about 15 minutes between the two games. It'll probably kick off about 5 minutes or 10 minutes late, depending on how long this last 43.3 seconds goes. Harrison with the shot, puts it in. At 7 points for Harrison. 5 free throws made, 1 more coming. As Harrison spins the ball, now bends the knees, puts it up, puts it in. As Harrison with 8 points, Pioneer with an 11-point lead. Quickly ahead with it is Tinkham. As Woods puts it into the far corner, that put up for a 3, and Compton comes into the game, hits the three-pointer. As it's now an 8-point game, 50-42. Here in the fourth, 33.4 seconds left to go. You figure Huron is probably going to try and steal the ball, full court pressure. If they can't do that, no shot clock in high school basketball, so Huron may well have to foul if they can't steal that ball away. Pioneer trying to complete a win. They have the 8-point lead. They've had as much as a 14-point lead during this game, able to come back and put pressure on. Huron has not given up the entire time. As one of the Huron cheerleaders goes and flips, there's a couple flips out onto the court. I would absolutely break my neck if I ever tried that, but They have a lot more athleticism than I do. I'd make a much better bowling ball, to be honest with you, but that's all right. Pioneer to inbound as that got over to Harrison, back over to Powell. Powell coming ahead with it. Powell over half court as that's going to be a foul as Wimberly picks up the foul. That's going to put Powell to the line, shooting 2. He can get it back to a 10-point game with 29 seconds left to go. First shot by Powell, up, rattles around, and rolls down. That sat on the back of the rim for just a little bit. Finally fell down. And it's 20 for Powell, trying to make it 21. And he hits it, nothing but net on that next one. Back to a 10-point game between Huron and Pioneer. That ball will be at the near sideline as intentional foul. Pioneer gets the ball inbounded over to Houston McCoy. Houston McCoy over to Tyson McCoy. Double team, gets it back to Powell, top of the key. Powell into the paint, trying to get it over to Lee. That knocked down. Battle for it here on the other direction as Woods bounces it into the far corner. Wimberly puts it up for 3 and puts it in. Wimberly now has 16 points. 12.3 seconds left to go. 7-point lead for Pioneer, 52-45. As timeout, both teams talking things over. As again, right after this, we will have the varsity contest about 10-15 minutes after, depending on how much time they put up on the clock. Both teams have their cheerleaders in the house. Lots of fans, CTN in the house. They'll have the broadcast, but not live. That'll be up on the CTN YouTube site tomorrow. We'll have it live and on demand. Students continue to file in. Parents continue to file in. 12.3 seconds left to go here in the fourth. Pioneer 52, Huron 45 here on the JV contest. Pioneer to inbound, baseline left. As McVicker to inbound, he has Morning in front of him. McVicker launches it as that goes all the way down to Powell. Powell has it. He'll dribble, 9 seconds left to go. Gets it underneath to Houston McCoy, up and off the glass and in. Houston McCoy with 8. Now it's a 9-point game, coming ahead with it. Woods puts it up, and just a little too hard off the glass. And Pioneer wins it 54-45 on the JV contest. For my camera person, Christina Wiseman, my name is Mark Wiseman. We will be right back with the varsity contest. Thank you very much for watching, and we'll start that varsity contest moments from now. Thank you, and have a great rest of the night.